thing with it. They put a handful of episodes up on the on demand.
Yeah.
And there was a handful of there's still a handful of episodes up on the network. Oh, here's Tracy Smothers.
Yeah, they're shooting this behind
most of
it
it on the YouTube.com.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fine,
this guy's YouTube channel, I think, has every episode pretty much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's never really been copyright struck, so it's pretty much fully accessible, just not in HD. Which
what are we?
Yeah. The quality could be a little poor.
What you are looking at is is that Tracy Smothers? Is that Scott? Is that Armstrong?
No, that's Smothers.
That's Smothers. Yeah, he's still wearing his Wild Eye Southern Boys outfit from
WCW. Or the young Pistols.
Well, they changed it to Young Pistols when someone finally realized that two guys dressed as Confederate soldiers, even in 1993, wasn't a great idea.
Yeah.
I will give Tracy Smothers this though. Amazing wrestler. Man, he will really never stop rocking that Confederate flag. It's one where I borderline kind of respected insanity to keep doing that.
I've heard enough stories about Tracy to know that he seemed like a great guy. Stars and bars aside.
Yeah, just
crazy and a crazy motherfucker too.
Yeah, just a bit on the loony side, which is fine.
Yeah,
here we are.
Yeah.
Heavenly body. You know, brother, now we like Harlan.
Camera's over here. Camera's over here.
I was grabbing a snack.
Robert Gibson's keeping an eye on both on everything that's going on here.
Put that lazy out of work. I remember that. What's his name? Who said that? It was Enzo. I think he said it referencing Shawn Michaels. Put that lazy eye to work.
So there was another YouTube guy popped up recently, Travis. I showed you the link. He's got a ton of Crockett Worldwide Wrestling episodes from 85 and 86, including the
oh man.
Good.
Thanks, Brad.
Good choice, Parm.
Look at the size of this guy's forehead.
I mean, this guy's just back. He does it behind the garage because that's where he does all his dope deals when they're done recording.
Angelico are only $6. At Smoky Mountain Wrestling returns to Harlan's Kaywood High School on Friday, February 12th at 8 p.m. You will see
Ted is telling us that Flames have been doing well so far tonight. Kelly, I haven't seen a score.
Well, they can't do any worse than losing to the Blackhawks.
That was the last worst game of the season last night.
Because Bob Armstrong, Commissioner Bob Armstrong, finally did his job. He finally did what was right, and that was return this belt to the man that is the true heavyweight.
You know what I see when I see? Take a look at your pal.
Boy, let me ask you a question. What gives you the right?
I see a plumber.
Huh? Can you answer it? Ask people like
I see you elbow deep in shit. I think he might have. I bet you he actually has his plumbing license, and that's how that. You know how that works with Vince,
right? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told me that, pal.
Yeah. That was Undertaker. He was like, so what you used to do? I used to dig graves. Got it.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It worked out a lot better for Mark than it did for White Boy.
The plumber.
Yeah.
Dude, the only thing anyone remembers him for was some like pre-show SummerSlam segment that was indoors, and they had like an above ground pool with Lawler's in it, and they do the old Baby Ruth joke from Caddyshack.
Yes.
And Lawler's like, Hopper, get on that.
I did, for whatever reason, I was watching that pre-show, but I didn't order the pay-per-view. I think it was 90.
It's my Bob Ross. So that was all right.
From the Nutter.
Bought his first CD player.
And I was not a Crush fan. Oh, hey, what do we have here?
So as a bonus feature from the trilogy, we're going deep into EAW, Eastern All-Star Wrestling, I believe is called.
That's right.
This is Kimchi. Oh my God!
There's more chairs than people at this show, I believe.
This is looks like a living room.
I think I've seen this.
You maybe have. I posted on PWO like a decade ago.
I have some memory of the low rent kimchi in this office building that they're holding.
I know.
What music? It is an office, but what music was that?
That was someone else's theme, wasn't it? Like a baby face. And then you have a fake kimchi, you gotta have a fake doink. Slim and trim doink.
Oh my gosh. How many people are there? This is hilarious. What year is this from? Is this 93 as well?
No, it's not 93. I think it's 2012.
Where is this?
Somewhere down south.
There's an office building. That's a low ceiling.
Is that the guy they call Alabama Doink?
I think it may be. No, I think that's
No, this is a different guy.
Yeah,
There's
that's
okay.
not Alabama. Doink.
Alabama was a much more of a big lad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This guy, who knows? This may have been his one and only appearance as Doink.
If I could recommend you an Alabama Doink match, though, there's a parking lot falls count anywhere match involving Hayden Wright and Alabama Doink in like 2016. You can find on YouTube. It's a work of art.
With Heidenreich?
Yes, the WWF guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
2016.
I've heard good things about Alabama Doink.
It's in front of like a Snake Shack parking lot. And there's like a legitimate crowd because they sold tickets to this. So. Like,
That's the name of tonight's episode.
if only
I've
we
heard
could, like,
good things
share
about
gifs
Alabama
through
Doink.
the Skype chat. I would show you some highlights. But it is on the YouTube, and if you enjoy these style of Doink match, I feel it would be great. You'll really enjoy it. A car is
Fascinating.
also involved in the match.
I just love how
Wow.
the gimmick has persevered all these years, on indie shows.
Alabama Doink. Boom. Be a great entrance.
That's the Speedy's been studying his Coco Flash tape. So
Here we go.
Ah, boy.
It's Hogan and Warrior at WrestleMania 6.
okay, this is actually a genuinely funny spot, though. I could see a drawing in wrestler doing a spot like this where they get blown up by the very end and then start stooging.
Big one-person Doink. chant.
Who's playing
Donk,
this?
donk, 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 donk,
Well,
donk.
that's like 25% of the crowd.
Who's
Bane.
I don't know.
who, who's
Jeez, they're over in the locker room stalls.
I don't know who
Who's-
the big man in the skull mask. I'm not sure.
who's in the Doink get up? Buddy Ebsen? Look at the body on this guy. Is this-
I have a belief with professional wrestling that if it isn't good, it should at least be interesting.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like a lot of 93 is good. And currently, this match, very interesting.
Yeah. That's what our show's all about.
Slim
bud.
Goodbody over here.
Yes. Oh my God. Not the first time we've mentioned him. Totally. It's like a
Spoiler,
slip.
I've been eating dinner throughout this video call, so I'm just gonna go put my plate away. I'll be back.
All right. No, I got it. Very nice. Take your time.
Thank you.
I gotta get
Tell me if I
another
miss any 6 spots by Doink.
Yeah. Jeepers creepers.
I'm trying to figure out where this is, what kind of building this is. It's not a parking garage.
Basement at a community hall.
Is it okay?
Or
Yeah.
like a any sort of cultural hall, Ukrainian cultural hall. Like I've seen 1,000, but like that's a big basement though. So it's probably like Italian, maybe Greek.
Not a church. Could it be a church?
It's possible.
I just kind of feel like I'm looking at the congregation out there.
Yeah, it's possible.
Some of the comments.
Hold on a second. Is this Doink black?
I don't know.
It's not Alabama. Not sure.
This is Arkansas Doink.
I think he might be black, which would be great.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I saw it.
Send it out there into
No, I'm pretty sure
wrong, I think. I was wrong.
that's a Caucasian.
stick with your good body theory.
I felt like the strongest strike of the match. I'm not gonna lie. That got good noise.
Yeah, I think yeah. You picked a good time. He's calling the shots. Doink's calling this one. Can you see it?
ring general Doink.
Yeah.
To be fair, he is a vet, Joe.
Yeah. Put me in the sleeper and let's go home, brother. It's a young Ty Dillinger, or what's his name in AEW?
Sean Spears.
Sean Spears.
Refereeing this match.
Doink's built like McLean Stevenson. Just keeping it relevant for all the fans.
George
out there.
Plimpton is Doink.
Oh dear.
Hey, there we go.
I'm just trying to keep it in the same wheelhouse there, Johnny.
We keep it real.
Like contemporaries. Somebody broke a glass. All right, we're gonna lose our deposit. Everybody go home.
Mazel tov.
That's what it is.
I'm not done with you, big boy. Yeah.
Here, thank you for your hard work. Thank you. You did a great job.
Oh, that's
Best 17th birthday ever. But that was the real kimchi, I'm told. But
There's only one kimchi.
Killed all our viewers, man. I hope the end of
Really?
Yep. I mean, not like we were getting big numbers, but
Oh well.
I'll be honest, that's on the viewers for not appreciating seeing something newer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, if they don't like
That's
it.
It can't be all.
Maybe this used to be a shoe store. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Back to 93. Almost.
There was some
exactly
there was
40
some
years.
hot shit going on. I wasn't watching WCW at the time, but getting I think
Second time we're seeing Orndorff.
No, I might have bought.
Mhm.
I might have bought some a set from Will. You know, Good Helmet Will. To watch the greatest matches of this era in WCW. I know I got I bought for real cheap from some DVD dealer. I got every Clash of the Champions.
Mm.
And oh god,
there's a 93 tie for
Yeah.
yeah, you know how you know that's a 93 tie, because that's the exact same tie that I'd be wearing in 1993.
Yeah.
Larry Zbyszko and I share a fashion sense.
Zbyszko had a ton of those ties.
I'm not kidding. That would be what I'd be wearing that exact outfit to a wedding in 93.
A month away on Sunday, February 21st. We got some great action. Let's go up to the ring. On the following tag team event, it is set for
Yeah, we should get some good matches here.
It was always easier for me to catch a little bit of WCW on Saturday nights. Like if we were getting ready to go do something, I could just throw it on in the background. Raven here.
Scotty Flamingo and Bob Cook.
Okay, tell me about Bob Cook.
I
man.
don't know anything about Bob Cook.
Bob
Yes.
Cook was an underneath guy who was there for a long time, who was pretty good. He just looked like
Oh dear.
Wow. This early Bagwell, or when he just got there, right?
Yeah, he'd been there for a year plus,
Yeah.
but still pretty young. Yeah.
This is why I would call his career year. Not because he
93.
was good, but because he fought the Hollywood Blondes a whole lot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His tag partner had eventually
look
get
at that
Pistol
outfit.
Scorpio as a tag partner, which would also help a whole lot.
Ah, yeah. That he was in a lot of different tag teams. Bagwell in WCW.
I love that apparently Vince, like more than once, thought he could just hire a guy and they could use their WCW gimmick, and they couldn't because he wanted Johnny B. Bad.
Little Richard, yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
and-
Johnny B. Bad specifically.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
fit in, perfectly with the
And he
mid 90s WWF.
There was another one too, apparently a lower card one. There was I can't remember which one it was, but it was something that he liked, and he was baffled that he wasn't allowed to use it.
Streamer cannon off with Max Moon would be a dream match.
Max Payne could be there with his guitar.
Right. Man Mountain Rock.
Man Mountain Rock.
Yeah, Payne gets a new gimmick this year. He gets like an emo gimmick.
Does
That's
he?
right. That's right.
And when I say emo, I mean he wrestled in a t-shirt.
That was
qualified
Demo
as
for
emo for the time, I
1990.
assume.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, well, Payne and Bad had a big feud. Was it after this? Yeah, it was coming up, I guess. Where Bad got shot in the face with the Bad blaster. I know it sounds kinky. But
It sounds great.
Sounds like the worst blues song I've ever heard. Payne and Bad got in a feud. Payne got hit with the Bad blaster.
Like, I do like doing the leapfrog out of the corner like that. I feel I don't see a lot of people do that.
Be right back.
Yeah, Scotty Flamingo, he was, I don't think, too long for WCW at this time. In 92, he had
I don't think I see him
light
super
heavyweight
often
title.
here,
Yeah, like if he's teaming with Bob Cook, he's pretty much almost done. Because in 92, he was pushed to an extent as a light heavyweight.
Right.
Had they had a light heavyweight title at that time.
And then he's Johnny Polo, and then Raven.
Mhm. Yeah, because he would be managing the Quebecers in WWF by like the summer, I guess, of 93, around there. Managed Adam Bomb.
All right.
Did a lot of commentary.
Bagwell's tights are horrendous.
Yeah, they're bad. Oh, lovely. Oh.
Merrill was good.
Mm-hmm.
Mero was good, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I do feel we're a bit past like the prime of his stuff.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, but like still a very fun, like a good addition.
And there was I know that nothing really took off for him in WWF, but there was some character work stuff he did that I thought was really entertaining in WWF. Marvelous Mark with the fucking boxing tights is kind of fun, and
jealous of Sable. I like that all of that stuff.
and I loved his finisher that he had to come up with. I loved that the TKO, the up on the shoulders swinging neck breaker that he did.
Yeah, I know.
That looked great. Yeah, TKO, right?
Yeah.
It's been so long. Haven't watched those matches.
I know a lot of local indie wrestlers that do a TKO, specifically called the TKO, so I do recognize it.
I think someone needs to put a spin on it, and literally as well as figuratively, and do an airplane spin into the TKO. Like go around a few times, boom, into a TKO. No one's ever done that before. I think it looked pretty sweet.
That would be pretty fun, yeah.
And it would bring back the airplane spin and make it relevant again. I love an airplane spin.
I feel you'd like one of our local rookies, Boogie Knight. One of his big moves is the airplane spin.
No, I met
him.
Yeah?
Oh, that's great.
Him, Travis Williams with a airplane spin backslide combo.
Okay, there you go. That's in the wheelhouse. No, I know we've met. We met. He was one of the refs.
Yeah,
the show I ring announced that. We talked outside for a little while. Yeah, great night, great guys.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be
awesome.
having Hopefully someday he'll be able to overcome the ref straps permanently from a wrestling figure. I feel
I mean,
you would
he's
enjoy it
yeah.
a lot. Very Terry Funk-esque.
Oh, yeah. He was part of the countdown on New Year's Eve. He was the ref in that match. Killed it. Everybody, a lot of moving parts in that, as you guys
Yeah,
can
but
imagine.
highlight of the region that show.
Thanks, man. It was such a great night. Oh,
Nice.
I gotta be honest, when I first saw the Raven character in ECW, I fucking hated it. I thought it sucked. It eventually grew on me, but it took a while.
The first impression being like a 15-minute promo, I can understand. No,
It also got into me where I'm just like, are we supposed to just forget who this is? And now he's this Raven guy.
But
And
also,
him-
were
and
you a
him
big
and Tommy-
grunge guy? I don't think. Were you a big grunge guy, John?
No,
Yeah.
I thought he looked cool as fuck.
Okay.
I loved the fucking look, and I got it. But I was just like, wait a minute, now I'm supposed to believe he and Tommy Dreamer went to summer camp together, and what the
Right.
fuck are we talking about here? That's fucking Johnny Polo.
But didn't they never
Extremely
tried to pretend
homoerotic.
he wasn't Johnny
They
Polo.
didn't, but I don't know. I don't know.
No, I
And then-
understand.
but then again, it grew on me. Like when I saw his weird collection of weirdos that was his
yeah,
cult,
it was
Stevie
like an
Richards
updating
and
of Sullivan's
it
Army
was
of Darkness.
with Steven,
basically.
with
Yeah.
Stevie and the meanie and everything. I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I'm into this now.
Yeah, I always liked Raven. He was
Here we
really
go.
good.
All right.
This is one of his last great years.
yeah, because he has the pretty bad injury.
Yeah, not
After,
even a
like,
full
he-
year.
He at least gets an NWA title run, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of Too Cold Scorpio, him and Scorpio have a great match at one of the clashes.
Yeah, it's a match I rewatched fairly recently. It's a great, like, not selling performance, but a reaction performance. And that every time Wyndham starts getting not to sell or like be over the top, but just enough to like you can see it register in his brain, like, oh fuck yeah, I'm taking control against this like hot young upstart.
Yeah, it was a good NWA, like classic NWA match where you want to make the fans think the babyface has a chance, but in the end he doesn't.
I saw Wyndham Flair live in '86 in Philadelphia in a match where like our Smarky that might have been another one of the ones that Vince liked.
That's the Smarky face you had all the time.
All the time. No, but the main event of the show was Flair Wyndham in a match where we knew Wyndham was not going to win in our Smarky observer reading way, but if we were in the minority, everyone there thought the title was going to change. That it was one of those type of matches. It was like 40 minutes long. I could have easily gotten into it and thought that. Oh, here we go. Bill Watts, huh?
Yeah. Bill Watts has a lot of Charles Grodin in him.
By this point, and he didn't have too much time left before he was canned.
Or he did not.
Yeah, we're just weeks away from the beginning of the Eric Bischoff
era.
Oh yeah, he's pissing off the fuck out of the office windows. 20 stories up.
A few months till we get Bischoff specific, because like the first thing he does is organize the Disney tapings.
Now, when I'm talking about fried chicken restaurants, what I meant by that, Jim.
Well, I understand he's concerned, but after all, you got to realize it's not his fault. It's something he had no control over, and he's still the champion. He didn't see what happened to Rick Steamboat, and we're just like the National Football League. We don't
I like your.
We don't give a shit about
we don't do
concussions.
instant
Concussions,
replay.
yeah.
This was when they had experimented with instant replay, then they stopped for about 5 years and then went back to it.
We do get
I like
Videotrons though. pretty regularly out after this, though.
Right.
Or television time remaining. But we got a great series, a whole lot of new talent. Let's hook them up.
All right, Bill, thanks very much. We look forward to that rematch a little bit later in the program. But right now, let's go back up to our ring announcer, Tony Gillum.
Man, barbecue corn chips. They're in my top 3 chips.
Oh yeah. There's an entire episode of the new season of Letter Kenny just about a town meeting about what are the best chips.
It sounds pretty
That's
Canadian.
definitely a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ketchup is definitely up there for me.
I had a bad experience with ketchup chips in 5th grade, Parm, and I can never go back.
I saw that.
I recently started seeing Miss Vicky's ketchup chips, and those are big improvement. Big improvement.
My daughter loves them. My daughter loves them. We were grocery shopping the other day. She's like, "Can I have this little bag? Just this little bag of ketchup chips?" I'm like, "Come on, put that back and get that big bag of ketchup."
There's a random, very funny fact, because the whole they start doing the Disney tapings and whatnot. They tape very far in advance. After Nash debuts in WWF as Diesel, we still get Vinny Vegas matches airing on TV one or two.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Incredible.
because he's a smart man who fucking outsmarted him by just his contract was coming up or whatever, or no, he quit. And no, he's like, you know what? I'm just wrestling. It ain't for me.
Right.
I'm gonna go back to being a
Yeah.
bodyguard. And not only that, and they let him out of his contract. He then used the fax machine in Turner's Towers to fax over the release to Vince. And he was on a
Hilarious.
plane the next day.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Nothing but respect to my leader of Paparazzi Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he came to the WF out of nowhere. Suddenly it was because Michaels had lost the IC belt to Jannetty. And then it was like I was talking about earlier, it was on the update in wherever, somewhere, I think it was in upstate New York. Shawn Michaels has regained the IC title with help from his new bodyguard, Diesel. And I think there was maybe a still photo of Diesel because there was no
I think they
footage.
gave him a name first. I think they just called him bodyguard or something.
Yeah, I think, actually, I think you're right. And yeah, everyone was like, well, it's Vinny Vegas. And yeah, he was
in
like,
he was in a track suit.
Yeah, because it was done so quickly.
Yeah.
They had no costume or anything.
It was
ready.
the great Oz. That's the only picture they had.
Or Mac, what was the first gimmick? Blaster Steel.
Yeah. Did Chad Bird here, the undercard guy, did Bobby Eaton lend him his tights?
I know.
Holy
and
shit.
And his mullet too, almost.
Yeah.
Very, very similar to Beautiful Bobby.
The mullet had moved on in the real world, but it was
Hey, here we go.
Still hadn't peaked.
Still running wild.
So like another
everybody.
surprise Benoit match. Haven't we had a few over the years here?
Johnny Rich. We've had an occasional Johnny Rich match every now and then.
Benoit is like semi-regular at this point because they're like getting the feelers out to see if he's going to get signed or not.
Yeah.
He decides to know, so it ends like fairly quick, like a month or so later with like a 2 Cold Scorpio match, which is very good.
Yeah.
I started a trend for 93 WCW where they do this match is going to end. It's going to hit the time limit. Like 3, 2, what? The match barely finishes and we got a decisive winner.
Yeah.
And in reality, we're like 2 or 3 minutes off, but that doesn't stop the finish from going.
No, of course not. Yeah, and Rob Van Dam as Robbie V was in WCW at this time. There's a few, like blink and you miss it appearances.
Did Benoit and RVD ever have a match?
They must have at some point.
I don't know if they have.
But around this time,
pretty, like, different
at this time, I don't know about
trajectories,
this time, but.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm dumb. I forgot. They did share the company of WWE for a while, so they do have.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. Yeah, around that.
By then, but they were in EC. Well, I guess were they in ECW at the same time?
No, because Van Dam came in like a bit later, and
just
Benoit moved to WCW later. By like '95 permanently.
Yeah.
Most of Benoit's ECW stuff is mostly like against Eddie Malenko, the other cruiserweight, or would go on to be the other cruiserweight. So.
That's right.
kicking Johnny Rich in the ribs and the abdomen. And now scoops him up, trying to drive the oxygen right out of Rich.
More Jim Ross.
And the
Yep. He wouldn't be around too much longer either.
kick out before the fatal 3 count.
His debut was, of course, infamously in a toga at WrestleMania.
Right. I remember somebody got thrown over the top rope with that, and he's like, "Oh, well, now I'm confused."
Being very aggressive. He's keeping it up. He knows he's on top now, and that's where Benoit's going to stay.
And then a slam by Chris Benoit. And
Nice.
Oh, wow.
move that did connect. He drove his thigh right in the face of Johnny Rich.
Parm, I heard you bring up before I had to run upstairs that Benoit Scorpio match. I remember
Yes,
catching
yes.
that and then being at the time being just like, whoa, what the fuck did I just see? That was unlike anything on TV at the time.
You know, it's very cool, especially seeing the crowd get so into the match.
Yeah.
I always feel this way whenever I go back and watch any like older stuff. But every time I'm like, man, Hugo Scorpio really was just like a legitimate best in the world wrestler.
He
Wow.
was. He was.
hmm
Even today, he still like can hit a few of his signatures incredibly well, which is impressive.
How much to book Too Cool Scorpio, you think, these days, Parm?
600 USD.
Wow. Yeah.
I base this off nothing. I'm just taking a guess.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It doesn't seem inaccurate.
So Travis, while I was visiting my father
Ooh, nice power slam.
this past week, for the first time ever, the subject of his estate and my inheritance came up to have that awkward conversation that he, and apparently a lot more than I thought. So, maybe in a, if he slips in the shower or something, I'll be able to help you out and start, become a money mark and
Yes.
start booking you Too Cold Scorpio for boom.
Nice.
There you
I like
go.
Money around for you guys.
it. I like it. Well, that's a that would be the right thing to do, Johnny.
I think it's how you want it, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, cash in your London's. Is it Lloyd of London match?
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
they
very
tried
different
to,
style. That's a much more bruiser big boy wrestling.
They tried to rehab the tag belts with the Steiners. Didn't last too long.
And yeah, we do get that Cactus Jack Orndorff match, which is one of the most batshit insane matches I've seen in that.
That's a great match.
Yeah, I've seen that for sure.
There's a thud that happens where Jack
Mhm.
ropes up the rubber mat to
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
top rope to hit a sunset flip.
yeah,
So
yeah.
his back goes straight into the concrete, and you hear
Yeah, it's
a
clunky.
vicious thud, and then
Yeah.
the crowd like visibly gasps.
Yeah,
The most loud noise.
yeah.
Yeah. People brought that bump up when people were talking about that women's match where they missed the table recently on AEW.
It was a
and stuff.
different Jack bump, actually. He's did
Yeah.
it that multiple times.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very funny relatively. It's also funny because I was listening to Willow on the Renee podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It listened to her reaction after the match was also actually the same, like, are you okay? Are you safe? And like the lady who took it was like, I'm fine. I'm good. It was like,
Yeah.
are you sure? Are you sure?
Huh.
They just checked on her immediately after. It's very wholesome.
Right.
Baby, because rock and roll is here to stay. Things are the same.
To stay until the next pay-per-view. And then
Yeah.
Cameras over here, Rob. Over here, Rob.
Didn't last too long.
So is it coincidence that we got two rock and roll
Yeah.
express?
Yeah, it is coincidence.
God, I feel like we have deja vu. I've watched these guys make an entrance
I
3
know.
times. What the fuck is going on?
as much as I like to pair it, that like 93 is
Oh
an
my.
amazing year for WCW. And also, hell yeah, my boy Larry Santo.
Larry
That's what
Santo.
WCW has.
Can you tell me about Larry
Stallion.
Santo, you guys?
Just that he gets squashed a whole lot
Yeah.
over the years, and he's always pretty good at bumping for him.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do think I like 93 as a year a lot more than 92 because like 92 has like the big peaks with like the famous Rick Rude, Steamboat Iron Man, and the Dangerous Lance,
Dangerous
like a 1-2
Lance.
punch.
Yeah. I prefer 92.
I was gonna
92
say
is
it's interesting. That's
amazing.
I do
interesting
get it,
take,
like,
'cause
but I
92
find
is
like 93 has a
usually
lot of pure
the
consistency.
golden year.
Yeah.
through a lot of the TV wrestling, thanks to guys like Scorpio and the Hollywood Blondes, Arn Anderson's return, Wyndham, like adds a lot of consistency to the TV that like throughout I can find a much longer list. But like I also get like it's a real like, are you going to be deranged and make an entire list of 93 matches and go marathon? Or are you just going to watch the like the peak? At the peak, 92 absolutely is like one of the better stuff, especially when like the peak happens in a row. It's like, bam, Dangerous Alliance stuff, bam, Steamboat Iron Man.
Right.
Yeah.
You got
War
Steve
Games.
Austin.
Yeah. Yeah. 93.
Bam,
War
Norman the
Games was-
Lunatic, my father's favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
93 has a lot of wrestle crap moments with Shockmaster.
Those are incredibly based because they are incredibly funny to watch.
and Cactus Jack's
Amnesia angle.
amnesia angle. Yeah.
Ha.
I will
Lost
say
in Cleveland.
3/4 of that is amazing because we don't get the amnesia angle involved with the actual in-ring work.
No, I know it's
To the point where I actually got
yeah.
worked and like got very excited after like the big Vader Jack TV match, which ends with which has the Cactus Jack taking the power bomb to concrete.
Yeah,
I mean, wow! I'm so excited to see where they go with this.
I know.
And I'm so excited for Jack's return. I'm like, oh, the gears slowly start turning. I'm like, oh, now I'm remembering what I read in his book. The actual match they do have though is very good.
Yeah, that was a hardcore angle. Played up totally serious.
The matches were fantastic. It was all the other stuff.
Yeah. The angle was like, fuck, what are you doing?
Never the dude in the mental institution who was doing a bad Jack Nicholson impression.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jackson Cleveland. Jackson Cleveland.
It's especially important because there's a lot of potential for an incredibly amazing like promo back and forth. Because like one of my favorite like Cactus Jack lines is for the Vader stuff where he goes, "I've tried to kill Cactus Jack for 27 years. Vader ain't gonna kill Cactus Jack."
Nice.
Oh.
Incredibly sick.
I've got an autographed picture of a bloody Cactus Jack over here. My good friend Joe Danzo got me as a present. Foley's probably, when I say my favorite wrestlers of all time, it's like pretty much Randy Savage, Mick Foley, Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant.
Understandable risk.
What a 6-man that would have been.
Yeah. Tony Gurria's in the mix there somewhere from my childhood. This is crazy that the Italian Stallion is doing jobs on WCW. When I first started watching Crockett, he was one of the job guys, but there was even a hierarchy of the job guys in Crockett. There was the ones who they were maybe a little higher on the ladder, like Italian Stallion and George South. You know, they'd get more offense in, but they'd still lose in the end. And he's still here, and apparently not a great dude. That's the Hardys about that. The next time you book him for Boom Pro Wrestling, you can get the Hardys. As soon as my folks kick the bucket, I'll get you the Hardys.
Yeah. As soon as they fall to some unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah, right.
The Wrecking Crew. I don't think they lasted.
Who were the Wrecking Crew?
I don't know, but like he was hitting power slams on that.
Are either of these guys go on to be anyone I know?
Well, the guy on the right looks familiar, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Jeepers creepers. Let's end his singing career.
This was an era where I couldn't watch WCW because we didn't have the.
And I wasn't watching WCW.
But I could watch the Scrambled channel, and so I would just listen to these shows. So So like I don't think I've ever seen
most people did
before.
Most people did that with the Playboy channel. Doing it with TBS.
Same thing where he's like, I think I see a nipple.
Shows what kind of a nerd I was. We didn't have the Playboy channel though. I don't think was there a scrambled porn channel in Canada, Travis? At that time?
We get Super Channel every now and again.
But no, the Wrecking Crew are mostly just kind of jobbers for 93. They jobbed other jobbers, but they mostly lost like the Flairs and the Stings and tag matches and the like.
Oh, so
I mostly remember them because they had the names Wrecking Crew Fury and Wrecking Crew Rage. Not just Fury and Rage. Wrecking Crew was
Yeah,
part of the same.
Jobber to the right.
Based on the NES
Okay, so
game.
Wrecking Crew Fury is Marcus Laurinaitis. So that's
Okay.
the younger brother of
The other
Animal
Laurinaitis.
and Johnny
Right.
Ace.
Johnny Ace.
Oh, he was also he had another name in Japan.
The Terminator.
The Terminator. That's
See,
right.
here it's-
Modern ones.
Vader and Company.
Vader and Company.
That's the end of our
and they're
show.
fighting though,
Actually,
the two baby faces. Though.
I gotta call it a night. Yeah, that's it, you
Mm.
guys. Another episode of Mr. Thanks a lot, Parm. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you for
us,
having
man.
me.
Thank